Thank you very much, and I just wanted to say what you do with the IADB really makes a difference, so you should be very proud of what you've done. And also, Presidents Macron and President Panera and President Duque, thank you for bringing us all together and for putting deforestation and protecting the world's rainforest at the forefront of the climate fight. I'll be brief because the problem is simple. We understand it. We just also know that we don't have the courage to do anything about it. And so what we've got to do is stop talking and start acting. We are in a race against time, and right now, unfortunately, we are losing that race. At Bloomberg, we like to say that in God we trust, everyone else bring data. And the data on this is very clear. 18 of the 19 warmest years on record have all come since the year 2000. Think about that. 18 out of 19 since 2000. Greenland and Antarctica's glaciers are melting at a record rate. You can actually see the water pouring out. And storms, such as we just had in Houston, Texas, where they got 4 feet of rain in a day, and wildfires like we see near Singapore, which is covered with smoke these days, are growing more extreme and more destructive. The recent wildfires in the Amazon are the latest and most dramatic and disturbing examples of the destruction that climate change can bring. And as others have noted, the Earth's rainforests are the human race's lungs. They keep our air clean and all of us healthy. So the fight against climate change is as much a public health issue as it is an environmental one. It's about ensuring our kids are safe and healthy and have clean air to breathe. The Amazon wildfires are an international emergency, but we can't lose sight of the fact that deforestation in general has been putting people's health at risk for years. Together, forest fires and deforestation have long been a major cause of air pollution and forced too many people around the world to breathe unsafe air. To stop them, we need the public, private, and philanthropic sectors to work together, and hopefully this group will be the beginning of that coalition. Here in the United States, we've seen that it really is possible to create that kind of coalition. When the Trump administration announced its intention to withdraw from the Paris Climate Agreement, Governor Jerry Brown from California and I organized thousands of cities, businesses, and states that are committed to upholding our country's obligations under the Paris Agreement. We call the group America's Pledge, and together we've been able to keep the U.S. on track to meet our goals. And we announced this with President Macron on the steps of the Palace in Paris. Thank you very much for your hospitality. The fact is, cities, states, and businesses all understand that it's in their own interest to act. Number one, it is in their interest to act because clean energy is cheaper for consumers. Number two, it is in their interest to act because it's a growth industry that is creating hundreds of thousands of new jobs. And number three, it is in their interest to act because it's not just people that are vulnerable to climate change, it's infrastructure and assets and supply chains. So the cost of ignoring climate change is incredibly high in every way. An important part of attacking climate change is supporting countries that are home to our most important natural resources, like the Amazon, by creating an economic environment that allows them to thrive and by coordinating an immediate and effective response to the crisis at hand. I hope today is the beginning of doing both of those things. Future generations are counting on us. Thank you.